Well, NATO member Poland is sending 10,000 soldiers to its border with Belarus. Tensions between Warsaw and Minsk, which is an ally of Russia, have been rising recently. Poland says 2 Belarusian helicopters briefly entered its airspace last week. There have also been long-running concerns about migrants crossing into Poland. And more recently, the Wagner mercenary group was deployed to Belarus as part of a deal to end a mutiny in Russia in June.
There are all kinds of hybrid attacks right now on our borders, on the Lithuanian border, on the Polish border, which we have been seeing for the past 2 years. Russia and Belarus are increasing the pressure on our borders. They are increasing the number of provocations, and we have to be aware that the number of these provocations will increase.
The Kremlin says Poland is becoming increasingly hostile to Russia.
There are existing risks associated with the militarization of Poland, which has become the main instrument of the United States anti-Russian policy. Warsaw announced its intention to build, according to the Poles, the most powerful army on the continent. In this regard, large-scale purchases of weapons have begun from the United States of America, Great Britain, and the Republic of Korea, including tanks, artillery systems, air defense and missile defense systems, and combat aircraft.
Well, Osama bin Javed joins us now from Warsaw. And Osama, what does this mean for the border between Belarus and Poland?
Well, as the situation has become more of a stalemate at the border between Russia and Ukraine, it seems that another NATO member here, this time around Poland, is again flexing its muscle because of what it sees as threats coming from the Belarusian side. As you mentioned, that there is a number of issues on the border, including the number of refugees and migrants that it says has multiplied in the last few months as opposed to what it was last year, as well as the perceived threat from the Wagner group, which is now based in Ukraine after that deal in Russia. And then there has been this talk of these incursions, again denied by Belarus from Poland. So all of this is amounting to, in the last 48 hours, we heard the military being asked for an additional 1,000 troops from the border guard. It says it's going to be sending 2,000. And now the defense minister of Poland is saying that he is going to surpass that number by 10,000 in the next weeks and months to come. It is worth noting that this is something which has been an issue on the Polish-Belarusian border, which goes up and down. There is now a border fence that is there to stem that flow of migrants. But again, this is the hot topic here in Poland, and all eyes are on how real is that threat and could it further escalate.
And just domestically, does this have any local political ramifications?
Well, you have to realize that in the last few days, the date of the elections has been announced, and it is just 8 weeks away from today. So obviously the governing party, which has been lagging in polls as opposed to where it was last time, wants to spruce up its voter base, wants to show that it is doing some actions, and obviously the best place to show it is national security. This is a centre-right government, and according to analysts, it might be difficult for it to maintain its majority. And then again, many pundits are saying that this also has the number of troops, again talking about migration and the perceived threat from a neighbor which is seen much closer to Russia than any other side, is also seen to have wider implications on the political scene here in Warsaw. So it is a national issue, it is a wider issue in concerning NATO countries, but again, inside Poland, it is also a political issue where people are going to be not just voting based on the performance of this government. Policies like migration, inflation, and obviously national security are going to play a major role.
Okay, thank you so much. That is Osama bin Javed for us in Warsaw.